Hello everyone, myself Jasmine Ahmed. I am back again with another class 10 Information Technology 402 code subject. So today I'll be starting with using macros in spreadsheet. In this chapter, in today's session, I will do all the multiple choice question. Okay. So the first question is macro recordings can be enabled from the dash option in the menu bar. So it is highlighted as tools. Okay. You all know that macro recorder is enabled using which one? Tools. In tool menu, the macro option is available. The question is in tool menu, the macro is available. If you want to run the macro, you will have to go to tool menu. If you want to edit, if you want to organize anything, okay. So macro is available in which menu? It is available in tool menu. Which of the following is a valid macro name? Valid macro name. So we all know that while saving any macro, there are three rules. The first rule is it should start with alphabets. It should starts with letters. Okay, as in the first option, it is starting with numeric value, so it is not correct answer. It is totally wrong. This option is wrong. Then format dash word. So we all know that while saving macro, we can't use any kind of space. So as here is a space given, so it is also wrong. Then if you want to use any symbols, okay, then we can't use this asterisk symbol. Asterisk is not used for saving any macro. We can only use underscore. Only underscore is possible. So according to that rule, these three options are totally wrong. Which one is correct? Format word. Okay, next one is which of the following libraries contain module with pre-recorded macros and should not be changed. Okay, and should not be changed. So according to the definition, we all know, not only definition, we have learned that, let me take one pen. So we have learned that in my macro, what happened? We used to save our macro, whatever macro we have written. Okay, whatever macro the user have written, that can be saved in my macros. Then untitled also user based. Only the predefined, pre-recorded, whatever macro is already recorded, whatever macro is already recorded, it will be saved in which one? It will be saved in LibreOffice macros. Then next is identify which of the following is a programming language. Which of the following is programming language? So we know that calc is what? Calc is an application. Writer is what? Writer is also an application. Okay. In calc we do all the calculations. In writer we write all the documents, whatever document we want to create, that is written in which application? In writer. And macro is a feature of calc. Okay, macro is not a programming language, but whatever macro we write and store as a programming language, and that programming language is known as basic. So basic is what? Basic is a programming language where macro is saved. Okay, where macro is saved. Now the module can be executed from the IDE by pressing. What is IDE? IDE is the area where macro is written. Okay, IDE is the area. You can say the blank area that is present in the macro where the macro programming is written. Okay, so if you want to execute that IDE, which button will have to press? To run the module, will have to press F5 button. Next is which of the following is the default name of the macro? Default means what? First time while you are opening that macro, what will appear? This main will appear. Okay, main will appear. So let me check it in tool. So this module, which one is the default one? This one. Main is the default one. Main is the default one. Okay. So this is end of MCQ. So let me discuss the fill in the blanks also today. Standard library is automatically loaded when the document is open. So which one is automatically loaded when the document is opened? Standard. It is what? It is a library. It is the folder. Okay. Standard is the folder where the document is automatically loaded when the document is opened for the first time. IDE stands for what? IDE stands for Integrated Development Environment. Then macro as a function is capable of accepting what? It is capable of accepting arguments. What is argument? Argument are the value that is passed inside the bracket. Whatever bracket, for example, so in the bracket, whatever we are passing, that value is known as argument. That value is known as what? Argument. For example, equal to sum, you have created already our predefined one function is there. It is sum function. So whatever value we are passing here, that value is known as what? Arguments. And what it is returning? It is returning a value. As a output, what we are getting? We are getting the sum value. According to the example, we are getting what? We are getting, for example, 10. Okay. So this is the value. The next is the code of macro begins with sub and followed by the name of the macro and ends with what? End sub. This is very important question. By default, a macro is saved in the standard library. Whatever macro is written, it is saved in which library? It is saved in the standard library. And look at here, sub, it starts with sub and it ends with end sub. Okay. So fill in the blanks also completed. So now let me discuss true and false. State whether the following statements are true or false. Macro is a group of instruction executing a single instruction. No, it is absolutely false. It does not execute a single instruction. Once created, macro can be used any number of times. What is the main purpose? What was the main purpose of macro? The main purpose of macro was to record, to save the sequence of keystroke, right? To save the sequence of keystroke. Whatever. So what is macro? It is predefined. Okay. So we can use any number of time. True. By default, the macro recording feature is turned on. Macro recording is not turned on by default. It is absolutely false statement. It is not possible to stop recording of a macro. No, if we start recording, we'll have to stop the recording. So it is absolutely false. Every macro should be given a unique name. True. While saving, every macro should be given a unique name. Okay. So we all know that while saving, same name can be saved repeatedly. So every name of the macro should have a unique name. A macro once created can be edited later. Very true. A macro once created can be edited later on. So this is the end of today's class. Later on I will discuss all the question answer. So I hope you all liked the like my session. You will like my session. If not, don't feel free to give me a feedback so that I can improve myself. So please to subscribe to my channel. Don't forget to like and give a comment. Your comment is very much valuable to me. So see you again. Bye bye.